Big news coming in. CEC bill passed by the parliament. The highly contentious chief election commissioner and other election commissioners' appointment conditions of service and terms of office bill 2023 has been passed by the Rajya Sabha as the opposition stages a walkout last week. Contentious CEC bill has now been passed. In fact, this bill that was pending was tabled in the parliament. It appears to have gotten approval from the Rajya Sabha as well. Now, we know that the opposition had staged a walkout, and amid this empty opposition benches itself, the Rajya Sabha taking up the crucial bill, and the CEC to pass the bill has already been passed, we hear, in the Rajya Sabha. The ongoing winter session of the parliament, and it's in its final stretch here. We see just 2 days before its conclusion, the contentious bill, CEC bill, which is Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners bill of 2023, has been passed in the Rajya Sabha. In fact, this has happened right without the presence of huge numbers of the opposition MPs who have been suspended from both houses of parliament. And amid that, we see the CEC bill has now been passed. In fact, the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners bill that has been called a contentious one. It's been passed right at a time when many of the opposition MPs have been missing in action. They've been suspended by the Speaker and the Chair in both houses, Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. This is a very important bill that was presented, the CEC bill that was debated briefly in the Lok Sabha and now has been passed in the Rajya Sabha. Nalini joining us for more on that. Nalini, the contentious CEC bill has been passed in the Rajya Sabha as well since the suspended opposition MPs. So without an opposition, more or less, we saw that the bill was passed. Give us the details and the controversy behind that bill itself.
Well, yes, Nabila, the highlight of this parliament session seems to be that a lot of these crucial bills are being passed in the absence of several opposition MPs. And keeping this in mind, the Election Commission bill is just another example of that. The reason why this bill is so crucial is because this law is being brought in, which is a direct contravention to the judgment that was passed by the Supreme Court earlier, where they had categorically stated that the appointment of the election commissioners should be done by a high-powered committee on the lines of the same how the CBI director is appointed. But in the new law, there is no role of the Chief Justice of India in making these appointments to the election commissioners. In fact, the criticism that is being raked up by the opposition regarding this bill is the fact that it is going to give the government unbridled powers to appoint the election commissioners, which is going to in turn compromise the process of free and fair elections in a democracy as big as India. So keeping this in mind, the fact that the opposition MPs have not even been there in the parliament to have an intelligent debate on this bill is why there's so much criticism being accrued to it. But for now, the Lok Sabha has passed the bill right now, even in the absence of the opposition MPs. This crucial bill, which is probably going to determine how the 2024 elections happen next year and who the election commissioners are going to be appointed for all future possible elections, has been passed now in the Lok Sabha.
Right, and rightly said, Nalini, this is happening right at a time when we're 3 months away from the Lok Sabha elections. The opposition has been constantly slamming the government over the CEC bill, calling this against the spirit of the Constitution. If you could break it down for us yet again on some of the powers that that this bill holds, which the opposition claims is against democracy or democratic values.
Well, absolutely, Nabila. Like I stated earlier, number one, the bill talks about who will be able to appoint the Chief Election Commissioner as well as the election commissioners, and all of this is happening in the lead up to the 2024 polls. But that's not about it. One of the more important aspects of this entire bill is also the kind of safeguards that are given to the Chief Election Commissioner as well as the election commissioners from legal proceedings that are related to actions that have been taken during their tenure. So not only does it give the government the power to appoint these election commissioners, but it also provides certain safeguards so the election commissioners' decisions cannot be challenged before a court of law, and there is no judicial review of the actions or the decisions taken by them. Along with this, according to the new bill, the courts are also prohibited from entertaining civil or criminal proceedings against any current or ex-Chief Election Commissioner or the Election Commissioner. In fact, the current Chief Election Commissioner, who is Rajiv Kumar, already has a criminal case pending against him in the state of Telangana, which is why this becomes even more crucial, the fact that this safeguard is being provided to them, which is why the opposition is constantly saying that there are a lot of immense powers that the government has got through this bill, and the fact that it's been passed in the absence of opposition MPs becomes even more crucial to point out.
Nalini, thanks very much for joining us and breaking that down for us. The controversial CEC bill has now been passed in the Rajya Sabha without most of the opposition MPs who've been suspended.